In this week's episode, we find out how the PETRONAS AAM Malaysian Cub Prix all began. Join me right here in Pahang, Malaysia to talk to the race organizer of one of Malaysia's most prestigious two-wheel events, the PETRONAS AAM Malaysian Cub Prix. And in our Through the Chicane segment, I meet up with Farik Haruman of the PETRONAS Syntium Team. Ohayou gozaimasu! Hey guys, I'm Julie and I'll be having some one-on-one time with Farik Hairuman right here in the land of the rising sun. I'm Julie Woon and you're watching Motorsports at PETRONAS.
You gotta run, run, run. 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 Yeah! Run, run, run. Run, run, run. You gotta run.
The PETRONAS AAM Malaysian Cub Prix is the two-wheel racing competition in Malaysia. A Malaysian-only national-level underbone racing series is a perfect platform to unearth talents. And if you're that good, you might just be the next best thing. This season, a new venue has been added to the calendar. Located along the Kuantan Kuala Lumpur Trunk Road, Temerloh is the second largest town in Pahang. Just 130 kilometers from Malaysia's capital, Temerloh is now a member of the PETRONAS AAM Malaysian Cub Prix Championship. When the Cub Prix comes to town, rest assured the locals will make their way to watch their favourite riders and teams up close and personal. And in just a short bit, I'll be meeting up with the race organizer Ron Hogg to get myself acquainted with the championship and its history. Hey Ron, how are you doing?
Great.
Perfect weather?
Nice and hot.
Yeah, perfect for a tan right now. Well, clear blue skies for a little chit-chat today. And let's go back to the history of this championship, okay? What was the aim back then and how did it all begin?
It sort of began by accident actually. Back in the mid-80s, go-kart racing was very popular in Malaysia. The sport was born by accident in that sense because Yamaha saw such an event and spoke to a few people to see whether it was possible to do motorcycle races as well at those circuits. And that's sort of the way Cub Prix was born. And so the first race of Cub Prix on the street was in 1988, I think, in a town called Port Dickson. After that, it became really popular, and then all the manufacturers were doing their own races. We started Malaysian Cub Prix Championship in 1994. The aim to be the first national championship, which all manufacturers could join. Prior to that, it was like just Yamaha bikes or Suzuki bikes or Honda bikes. And so Malaysian Cub Prix Championship was born with the idea of getting all the manufacturers to race in a single race.
Wow, okay. And how did the name Cub Prix came about?
Back then, Cub Prix, the association with Cup Chai.
Yeah.
All right, and people used to call it Cup as in C-U-P.
Okay.
All right, but we use Cup, which is C-U-B, because Cup was like this baby bears, juniors.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
and underbone bikes were like smaller bikes, so we call it Cub Prix.
All right, can you tell us a little bit about the different race categories in the Malaysian Cub Prix? And is there an age restriction for each of the categories?
Okay, at this moment we run 7 categories this year in 2013. The main premier class is CP130, which is bikes up to 130cc. The second class is CP115, which is bikes up to 115cc. Both these classes are sort of the main classes, and there's no... we have an age restriction up to 45 years old. Okay, all right.
Yeah, after that you should be watching telly.
Yes, but the youngest rider can join Cub Prix at the age of 13, and they can join the one-make races, which is organized by Honda, Suzuki, and Yamaha. And we have a Vira class, which is a really popular class to develop these young riders to race among themselves between 13 and 17 years old. The reason we have a restriction class is we want them to get enough experience before they move on and race with the big boys. So there's a compulsory rule in our championship that if they are below 17, they must have raced a year before in the Vira or in the one-make races before they can go to 115 or 130.
So there are 10 rounds in this championship, right? And apart from the Sepang International Circuit, every other race is deemed a street circuit. So do you think that having a street circuit adds more to the attraction of the Malaysian Cub Prix Championship?
I think it's the uniqueness of the street races which makes it very popular. But I'm a strong advocate that every state in Malaysia should have a racing facility. At this current moment, we only have Sepang International Circuit, and really in the future, if there were more circuits available in Malaysia, it would be a good mix to have like 5 street races and 5 circuit races in that sense.
How do you approach coming to a new street circuit that you've never been to before?
Well, basically we look at 3 things. The main thing, obviously, the layout of the track itself in terms of safety. Then we need ample space for all the other logistical stuff like the paddocks, the hospitality, the promotion area. And third, of course, also accessibility to the public.
Yeah.
All right. For a particular venue, we need minimum 6 months to prepare before we come to a new venue, and Temerloh is a new venue for us. So quite a lot of work goes into planning for a new circuit.
I see. And many Malaysian riders are slowly making their names in the premier classes, but they all got their start from right here, the Malaysian Cub Prix. So as a two-wheel racing fan, why would you say that starting from the grassroots is very important for the longevity in this business?
A lot of credit actually needs to go to the teams. Okay, they train the riders, they teach them the technical stuff, technical, practical, everything. And all the best teams are in Cub Prix. So for that reason, if the riders want to progress far, being tied up to a particular team is very important. A team who can develop and nurture the rider, and as well as train him to move on to the next level. And a very important note actually would be, because the competition level in Cub Prix is so high, you need good competition to improve yourself. And if you have that competition, then the riders automatically would improve. So for that reason, I believe why almost all the riders that's come up from pocket bikes to Cub Prix, and they've continued to do well with the good teams they are with, have progressed to the next level. And good examples really are Hafiz,
Pascal, his nickname. And one of the key elements, I believe, in championships such as this is, of course, the safety element. And I believe in 2012, all riders are required to wear FIM-approved helmets. So could you share with us some of the safety measures taken to help protect not just the riders, but also the fans, the spectators, and the officials?
Every year, what we've been trying to do is improve the safety,
Yeah.
as we mentioned, spectators, marshals, riders, everybody. So it's been a slow process, but last year, finally, there were local helmet manufacturers which were producing helmet to FIM standards. And prior to that, the cost of acquiring a helmet could be almost 3,000 ringgit, the top level ones. But now you could get a local model with the same quality at maybe 500 or 600 ringgit. And so we felt it was reasonable, and we decided it was right to get all riders to use this helmet. After all, it is for their own safety.
Yeah.
So with regards to the public safety, as you see in the second Cub Prix, we have 6-foot fencing all over the track. That ensures that nobody from outside can get into the track, which is dangerous. But in critical areas as well, we do double fencing to make sure no spectators are behind, just in case a bike crashes into it and the fence hits them. So there are steps that we keep improving on every year. With regards to the marshals, they are really the heroes of a race organization. They are all volunteers, and they play such a critical role for a race to happen. Obviously, motorsports is a risky and dangerous event, but experienced marshals are required. And we make sure the marshals are all attired in bright colors so riders and everybody can see them. In addition to that, whenever they need to do or retrieve something, they are always advised that their own safety is of paramount. So really, marshals are sort of real heroes in any race organization, because without them, nothing happens.
Unsung heroes.
Correct.
Yeah, there should be a Marshall Day.
Well,
you should start a Marshall
we
Day.
do marshal appreciation nights.
Oh, okay.
All right. But you know, there's just thousands of volunteers out there, and you know, kudos to them for really helping the event.
They're just doing it for the love of the sport.
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. And so, by the looks of it, the Malaysian Cub Prix is definitely here to stay. And what is your long-term plan for this championship?
Clearly, we would like to produce more riders to move on into the World Championship level. We probably would have 3 riders now. We have Zulfami, Azlan, and also Hafiz soon. Okay, so it's a good step. It's been a long step since Charul Yuzi back in 1996. And just to make sure we have a continuous flow of riders coming up from the championship who can move on to the next level. I think for riders themselves, we need high number pool of riders that can go to the next level to compete for the World Championship. We look at Japan, for example, back in the mid-90s, where they had 20, 30 fantastic riders. And then it sort of dried up, and then Japan has been struggling to get back quality riders of Abe, Okada, Ito, and all these guys. So I think it's important that while it's good we already have riders in the World Championship, but the grassroots level is where the concern needs to stay at.
That's right, very well said. So with that, thank you so much for your time here.
Thank you, Julie.
As always, it's been a pleasure. And I hope to see you soon. All the best in your championship.
Thank you. See you guys.
For all you future Hafiz Sharwins and Zamri Babas out there, the PETRONAS AAM Malaysian Cub Prix is your safest bet to nurture your riding skills. And don't forget to ride safe and ride smart. Farik Haruman is one of Malaysia's leading race car drivers. A familiar name in Asia's motorsports scene, this Johor thoroughbred has been racing for more than a decade. From a very humble beginning, he carved his way to the top, winning the coveted Super Taikyu Championship with the PETRONAS Syntium Team. For many years now, I've been interviewing him on the racetrack, but finally he's agreed to be interviewed right here at one of Fuji's 5 lakes, Lake Yamanaka. The largest of Fuji 5 lakes, Lake Yamanaka is located in the village of the same name. Formed by lava flows from an ancient eruption of Mount Fuji, the lake was added to the UNESCO's World Heritage List in 2013. Farik, how are you doing? Are you cold?
Yeah, it is a bit actually, because it's so windy around here.
Yeah, I'm freezing here and you're just wearing a t-shirt. So unfair.
I'm get used with this kind of weather actually.
Yeah, because you're always in Japan, right?
Yep.
Well, you look so different when you're out of your racing suit.
Better looking, right?
Yes, of course. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. I meant it.
Okay.
But let's find out a little bit more about you. Firstly, when did you know that this was what you wanted to do for a living? How did it all begin?
Actually, it started when I was like 5-6 years old. When first time that my father bring me over to the Johor circuit Pasir Gudang that time.
Yeah.
And we are always like every race that happen in Pasir Gudang, we never miss it, because my father one of the marshal over there.
Oh.
And then he always bring me over there. And then starting from there, I just said to my mind that I want to become a race driver one day.
Wow.
And then it's happened after I have finished my school SPM. David Wong came and asked, is there anyone that want to become a race driver? Like they want to start like a talent development program around that Pasir Gudang area. So then we have 2 drivers that Datuk David that pick up us. And then from there on, we've been training from New Zealand to South Africa and then everywhere else.
Wow. And now in Japan as well.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've been asked this before, but do give me the actual lowdown. Was it difficult for you to break into the racing world?
It is. It is. It's not as easy as people look at it
Yeah.
from outside of the world. I mean, if you in motorsports, everything is in motorsport in your life, especially your fitness and your private life. Everything you need to be concentrate on being not so undisciplined, because the discipline is very important, especially like when I was 17, 18 years old that time. I mean, you are young, you want to do everything, but you need to have a limit so that you don't overgo over the limit
Yeah.
to become a successful race driver. So you need to maintain all your fitness level, all your diets, everything. So basically from wake up until you sleep again, you basically is more on in the motorsport.
Yeah,
things.
that's true. And you've got to learn how to handle successes and losses
And
well
pressure as well.
And pressure.
Yeah.
That's right. And you have many titles under your belt. The first Malaysian in the British Touring Car Championship.
Yep.
Youngest Asian to win a major touring car title. First Malaysian to win the Dubai 24 Hours and also a race title in Japan.
Yeah.
So what does all these wins mean to you?
I'm really hungry for the win. I'm hungry of winning actually. I mean, it's really good that we can have all this kind of result. I mean, especially when you come into the race weekend, the goal was really want to win. So to have that kind of goal to be successful, we need to have a very good team package.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, like our sponsor Petronas itself, they've been supportive in so many ways. And also Dato' David Wong been so many ways in supporting me as well, and other rest like the team mechanic and also the team engineer. Yeah, without them, I'm nobody actually.
And you've been racing for a long time now. How has racing helped you as an individual?
It helped me a lot, especially in discipline myself, and also in doing a lot of work at home. I need to do focus. I always stay focused on whatever work that I do, and also I stay really fit on whatever I do as well, because I mean in racing, focus is the key, and also the fitness actually.
Yeah, that's true. So focus and fitness. What would you say is the three essential things that a race driver need in order to succeed? I mean, you have focus, you have fitness.
Yep. And also you have the clever.
Yeah. It is a technical sport.
It is.
Yeah. And you have to think on the go. I mean, you have like maybe a split second to think
Yep.
what to do, right?
Yep.
Behind the wheel.
Yep. I mean, a split second can change anything.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about motorsports, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, anything could happen. What would you say would be a perfect season for you?
I mean, if winning the championships, I would say that's really perfect season for me. I always wanted to win championship that I enter normally.
Okay, every race.
Every race,
Yeah.
That's win.
That's true. So when the light starts to fade and the cheers dies down, what's next for Farik Haruman?
I'm going to make another baby then.
Oh,
No, actually,
what if you retire at 50?
I will go back and concentrate on my business back at home. I run a steamboat lagi bias business at home. So
I've been there. It's yummy.
yeah,
It's
thank
very
you.
nice.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure speaking to you here in
Thank you.
Japan.
Thank you.
And while we're enjoying the cool breeze, I've got a surprise for you. Right in my hand.
Oh.
So you know it. You know it.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Okay.
And it may not have anything to do with motorsports, okay? It could be really random. Question number one. I heard you're a huge Michael Schumacher fan, is that right? Okay, so this should be very easy for you. How many times has he won the F1 World Championship?
7.
Ding, ding, ding. Correct. 7. What year did your hero, Michael Schumacher, came out of retirement to drive for Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula One team?
3 years ago, 2010.
Well done. You
Yeah.
really know your hero. Okay, 2 out of 2. Eddie Vedder is the lead singer for which Seattle grunge band?
Oh,
Wow, this one is a tough one.
grunge.
I'm assuming you're not a grunge fan.
Nah.
No. Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam.
Have you heard of Pearl Jam?
Pearl Jam.
Macam familiar kan?
Macam Vimbi.
Okay, so 2 out of 3, not bad.
Yep.
PETRONAS is short for...
Petroleum Nasional Berhad.
Okay, so 3 points. Moving on to the next question. How many red and white stripes are there in a Malaysian flag?
14.
So how many red, how many white?
7 each.
Well done. You're truly Malaysian. Okay, next question. Which boxer said, "I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee"?
Like that.
Yeah. Who said that?
Muhammad Ali.
Yes, that's right. Next question. Tagalog is one of the languages of which Asian country?
Galong.
Tagalog.
Galong. Philippines?
Yes. Was that a guess?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. Okay, so you got 6 correct. That's not bad. You're almost perfect, you know? One of the top scorers. Okay, this one is going to be tough. Do you watch football?
No.
Okay, that's going to be very tough. Who did Spain defeat in the UEFA Euro 2008 football final? Euro?
Argentina. Maybe?
Argentina? No, Germany.
Germany. Because I'm not really a football fan, so the football that I watch is World Cup.
Yeah.
But
So
not
once in 4 years you watch.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Okay, 6 out of 8. Which city will host the 2020 Summer Olympics?
Olympic 2020 Tokyo.
Tokyo, you're
Okay.
absolutely right. Okay, next question. Have you watched the movie Avengers? The Avengers?
Yeah, I love it.
You love it? Okay. Name the superheroes that form the Avengers. All of it.
All of it.
Yes.
Captain America,
Yep.
and then Incredible Hulk,
Okay.
and then Iron Man,
Yes.
and then Thor.
Yeah. 2 more. Hawkeye.
Oh,
Yeah, honestly, I think a lot of people out there who are Avengers fans
And-
probably would not even know, right? Okay, one last question. How many floors does the PETRONAS Twin Tower
Oh.
have?
How many floors?
Yeah.
88.
Well done, Farik.
Okay.
You are absolutely right. It's 88 floors. So you got almost all correct. Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
I hope to see you more at the podium.
Thank you for coming over here all the way from Malaysia.
It's a pleasure. I'll see
Okay.
you at your restaurant, yeah?
Good. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Farik Haruman is a powerhouse that eats, sleeps, and dreams of speed. For an individual to handle all that G-force, he's got to be wired differently from the rest of us. And for Farik, that's a good thing. I'm Julie Woon, reminding you to support your local talents. Don't forget to log on to www.petmos.com.my for more info about your favorite teams, drivers, and race results. Join us next week for more right here on Motorsports at PETRONAS. Bye! The PETRONAS AAM Malaysian Cub Prix is the two-wheel racing competition in Malaysia. I'm Julie Woon and you're... But finally, he's agreed to be interviewed right here at the beautiful lake of Yamanataka.